sent to burn. Nowadays they've been calling, telling me soon gonna be my turn. Head down, walk with reason, know that when the daylight dies, I'm gonna have to face my demons. Life of sin and a life of lies. The devil's gonna come when the sun goes down. The devil's gonna come when the sun goes down. The devil's gonna come when the sun goes down. The devil's gonna come when the sun goes down.
Welcome to The Descent. Who wants to do the recap? Don't let Will do it. Don't let Will do it.
I'll do it.
Somebody
It's about
other.
time for Will,
No. I need at least a Gunner, Ophelia, or August to give me a recap tonight.
Fair enough.
You want 4 bullet points? I got it.
Rollies. All right, do rollies then.
All right, D20.
Yeah, D20.
Fuck.
Oh, damn it.
All right. Well, let's see it, Eric.
Oh my god.
Rollies again. What the heck is going on tonight, guys?
Round 2. Okay.
Round 2.
Oh.
Wow, this is incredible.
No.
What the fuck is happening? Dude, we're not even playing yet. Oh my god. Oh, this is insane. Okay, one more time. Okay, 18. Okay, Gunner.
Good fight.
Yeah, no kidding. Oh, you're muted.
Thank you. That was ridiculous. Okay, let me pull up my notes here. Where are my notes? Somebody start me off. What happened at the very beginning? I was in the middle of a tornado last time.
Yeah, we were in the last half of the.
That's right.
The scrap league.
The scrap league.
Scrap league.
Yep. Okay, so yep, I'm driving, and we are doing great, and I think we were in the lead to start. We had the most LP points. We're going. The Icker boys were just blasting, and eventually they ended up blowing up, and their war machine was not looking too good. However, they did end up finishing first in the race. I believe, even though they scramble out after they hit the finish line and their war machine's just gone. We, unfortunately, however, after many attempts on the gunner's part to try to finish the race strong, we got hit pretty hard and ended up I don't think we placed at all, right?
No, yeah, you were last place.
Fourth at last place.
Yeah, you were in last place.
So, so defeated, we got out, and that is when we were greeted by none other than one Raggadragga again, who Gunner didn't want. He just was distraught, defeated with the race, and just didn't even want to say anything. Didn't want to give him the pleasure of egging him on. So Raggadragga is looking forward to seeing us at the Doom race, which is going to happen very soon. But we picked up the pieces, hauled the war machine back to Fort Knucklebones, and into the magpie's nest, where we actually found that somebody had left us a message. The Chucka and Clunk were down for the count in the back of the garage, where everything was torn apart in pieces, and we run over and find a note where Chucka and Clunk actually can imitate what the voice sounds like of the people that were there. We're not sure who it is, but we are, I believe, still on the case for that. And once again, I do want to point out that Tanis did notice a red cap outside, perched again, kind of being nosy. We're not sure, a little bit ominous, but I believe that is where we left off.
That is correct. So you guys, we come to the group after you guys have spent the rest of the day still beaten and whatever, defeated from the scrap league race. Your machine, you worked on it for a little bit, but mostly you guys picked up the garage, right?
Yep.
You saved the machine for tomorrow.
Yep.
And as you all, find your hammocks and cots and whatnot for a long rest, the group is together. And I felt like there was a bit of a gathering of the group to discuss some things.
Yeah.
That's where we pick up. Doom runs in 2 days.
So just as a refresher, what I have down is our primary focus is not necessarily on making podium finish. It is going to be surviving and taking down Raggadragga personally.
That's right. That's on my to-do list as well.
So we were going to pick up some ichor, but I think we're going to have to, or at least Gunner and Vin are going to spend most of the day fixing the car. Are we going to have time to fit the ichor, or is that just like a simple...
It is a injector. So it is like there's a unit beside the steering wheel, and all the driver has to do is just hook it in, press the button, and it shoots it into the fuel system.
Is that an extra part that I'm gonna have to buy?
No, you already have a part for it. Basically, like all war machines have them.
Sure.
Access to it, so you just whatever you salvage.
Just gotta go buy the.
You just have to buy the ichor. Yeah, it comes in its own canister.
Okay. Well, Vin and I can stay and work on the war machine. If somebody else wants to, I'll toss in the chits to be able to buy those, the ichor.
And we did win over 1,000 chits just by surviving, so we can put that towards the car fund.
It's good.
Otherwise, the only thing we have left to talk about is Bruno, if we want to do that, or...
I think it's best we clear the air before the Doomrun. God forbid anything happens.
Gunner's like, what air are we clearing? What happened?
Ophelia will say something that, she's not happy with how the situation evolved. And while she thinks ultimately the right choice was made to kill him, she doesn't like that the choice had to be made in the first place. And first of all, I think she's going to turn to Vin London and Gunner, and she's gonna say, I would like to apologize to the three of you and you, Lulu, for putting you in that situation to begin with. I think primarily what happened, and I hope that Gauntlet and Tanis, you aren't offended by this, was a failure of our leadership for the rest of the team. There are three things I think happened. We did not prepare beforehand. We could have used Hitch's ticket instead of naming Torka as evidence. We didn't designate a leader of the conversation, so as soon as we went up, nobody was sure who was going to talk or what was going to be said. And we went in with preconceived notions that when they didn't pan out, we didn't have a rebuttal. Now, I'm okay with putting ourselves in danger to an extent. But the moment Torka was brought up, and I'm not saying this is your fault, Gunner, I'm still saying this is my fault for putting you there. As soon as she was brought up, there was really no other way. We had to protect her and her kid. Now, unlike what Tanis might think, I don't enjoy killing just for killing's sake. I like to save it for those who need it or deserve it. So... Go ahead, Gunner.
Are you that Bruno character? You're saying he didn't deserve it in one way or the other?
It's guesswork, speculation at best. We don't know that.
I didn't get the impression. I'm sorry.
No, go ahead.
I did not get the impression that Bruno was necessarily dangerous. Sketchy, yes. But I doubt he would have personally hunted us down. But clearly he worked for somebody else, and that somebody else, they would be the ones that put Torka and her kid in danger. We did it to protect them, or at least that's why I chose to do it. So, in the future, let's make sure we have a team lead, someone who is going to be the face of the party, the one who is talking, asking questions, giving answers, so we aren't all talking over each other. And we will, and us, Tanis, Gauntlet, and myself, we'll do a better job at protecting you. And she is referring to the others. And I do hope you accept our apology.
Well,
Go ahead, Gunnar.
I appreciate the apology, and I am sorry on behalf of everybody else how it went down. Whatever your guys' is, I'll follow your guys' lead. Whatever you want to do in these situations, I don't want to overstep. I know these parts. I know these. I know how dirty it can get down here in the wasteland, but seems like you guys are civilized enough to maybe make an impact here, and I'll follow your lead on it. Just whatever you need me to do, I'll do it.
I think we definitely need to be more careful, but I mean, what happened in that situation. There were things that could have gone better, but at the end of the day, we did what we thought we needed to do. Not put Torka's life on the line. So I accept your apology, Ophelia, but I think all we really can do is prepare a little and hope for the best. A situation like that doesn't arise next time, but I have a feeling there will be something like that very soon. Who knows what happens after Doomrun?
Yeah, that does remind me, Ophelia. let's say we get into that kind of situation again. What would you do different? What if it was Raggadragga?
Raggadragga would be different. Bruno at least gave us the chance to walk away. And we chose violence. Raggadragga won't give us that option. He's gonna make that choice for us. If there is a next time that we can walk away without shedding blood, especially on somebody, he might have been shady. But August is right, he wasn't doing anything inherently wrong. You could say he was working for someone else, but it seems like from what we gathered, he was working for himself. He was just doing his job. Sure, his job put him in an easy place to be manipulated by greater forces, but we could have walked away.
That's the point I'm getting at. If it was a little cleaner, it didn't have to happen. But
Well, next time, I'll do a better job at making sure that things don't go sideways as quickly as they did. You can not stand up and draw your mace when things turn ugly.
as much as I want to disagree with you, this is also kind of the idea I had too.
If someone gives us the chance to walk away, that might very well be the best option, but then again, some won't give us that opportunity.
Look, all of you, I'm bringing this up not because of just Bruno. I mean, he was a dragonborn and it's a shame to kill kin, but ultimately, I'm worried about what this place is going to do to us, being surrounded by, I mean, hedonistic violence all day. I mean, we just came out of a scrap league that wasn't, supposedly is not even going to compare to the Doomrun, and people threw themselves at us ready to be slaughtered. I'm just worried that we're going to get a little too comfortable making things go away the easy way. I don't want to turn out to be the killer that Tannis likes to pretend I am.
And in here.
Lulu is she's quiet, but I think she ultimately feels confused. She doesn't really quite understand how he wasn't evil. He could potentially have been, involved in things that were, there were slavers around where he was hanging out. Obviously he does shady business. He could have hurt people in the past. The gray area of him not actively being guilty at the moment that you met him is not something that Lulu understands. She was like, yeah, this guy was evil and he definitely would have hurt somebody, so why?
Does she say that?
Yeah. Mm-hmm. She does voice that, yeah.
I would probably agree. Gunner would say, Lulu, I agree. And coming from the lawful place that I was born into, the law in my mind says that he probably should have paid for some of the things that he did, because he's not got the cleanest rap sheet. So, not saying what we did in the moment was right, but he wasn't the cleanest of folks. And it's not like we killed an innocent person just trying to survive. He knew what he was doing.
And even then, mistakes were made, but at the end of the day, like I said before, we did the best that we could in that moment to protect someone that we knew needed protecting. It makes me think of the folks back at Elturel that we're here for in the first place. It's going to get ugly, but I think as long as we remember our true purpose here, we can hang on to that.
That's all I ask for, is that we just remember that we are representing the Flaming Fist and Marshal Alder Ravengard. It doesn't matter what costumes we put on to fit in with everyone else around. We have a duty and we have to uphold that. And just because we can say Bruno probably did some shady stuff, that's just basing his death sentence on assumptions we made in the moment.
Those
Maybe-
are
Go ahead.
those are justifications after the fact.
I think Lulu doesn't see an issue with that.
I see it as a difference between evil by circumstance and evil by nature. And, you know, the lower down into the planes we go, the harder it becomes to judge that when the circumstances are so saturated. And it can evolve. I mean, I think Thavius Krieg started out as evil by circumstance, you know, a city dominated by vampires. And it corrupted him for decades into a nature that he wouldn't renounce until his dying breath.
Every situation is going to be different. Ultimately, today, what I'm trying to say is, let's make sure it doesn't get too easy to make this choice. We didn't do it out of any sense of justice, let me be clear. We killed Bruno simply to protect others. That was it, for better or worse.
Appreciate that you at least see that what we did was at least somewhat wrong. If it comes to someone like Raggadragga, I won't blink twice if you take a maul and smash his skull to bits, but
Let's say
next
fine.
time. No, I was just saying next time, let's hope it doesn't come to that. Maybe you'll make the right choice.
I would like to say final judgment to those who need it or those who deserve it. Either safety or justice. Ragdragga's won, but let's not write off everyone here just by circumstance.
Again, I mean, safety or justice, that's one hells of a way to put it. I mean, we have the magpies, we have Torka, putting more and more people that we care about their lives on the line for our goals. It is a fine line to ride. I definitely don't have all the answers.
Speaking of fine line, what happens after we kill Raggadragga? Kill Torka. Let's kill Raggadragga.
I knew Ophelia was
Freudian slip.
Freudian slip. I was gonna say that.
What happens after we kill Raggadragga? Are we going to have to expect anyone to come after us, or the magpies for that matter?
I think we're kind of banking on that, right?
It seems so.
Yeah, it's a fine line, like you said, because we need the attention from winning the race, or at least finishing the race. But that attention's going to bring us some unwanted attention as well.
Can you remind me what the message for the magpies was? What do they say?
I mean, I can summarize it. I can pull it up specifically, but it was essentially like, stop asking questions.
Yeah, the note said this is a warning. Next time we won't miss. But I didn't write down what they said to the Kenku.
I can pull it up.
And I think that one of them had a lipstick kiss to the beak.
They,
Yeah.
It was a
they
female
both
voice,
did.
too.
They both did. Yeah, it was female voices.
Red lipstick, ticking stopwatch, and undercommon are things to look out for going forward.
I was thinking, our first day in Fort Knucklebones, Gunner, you took us to the shithole, and the news about Elturel doesn't seem to have been very widespread, but she knew about it. Someone's swapping rumors, listening. Maybe it's worth paying her a visit and see if she's heard anything.
Paying who a visit?
Savvy.
Oh, yeah.
She knew, I mean, the fact that she knew about Elturel when it seems like nobody else has, just,
Yeah.
she hears things.
Yeah, that might not be a bad idea. Do I know where she lives?
At the shithole. Well, she works at the shithole. She lives there too.
Oh, okay. Yeah, no, she's got the ins and outs on a lot of things, so it might not be a bad idea.
Going under the guise of a victory drink, too.
Exactly.
Would give us a good excuse.
I feel.
Seems to like you, so. Go ahead.
I feel like I essentially summarized what the magpie's clues. The first one was you're asking a lot of questions. Your friends are asking an awful lot of questions they don't really want answers to. Trust me. And then the second phrase was, we want you to tell them that this is their last chance to walk away. We'd hate to get blood all over their little garage.
Maybe she knows somebody who wears red lipstick, speaks under common, and is in the business of beating up
Maybe.
defenseless little Kenku.
I wouldn't be surprised. Maybe we do stop asking questions, though. Maybe it's not worth the bloodshed that... I mean, I have to protect my own as well.
That is making me hesitant as well. It's maybe we do the Doomrun, see if that bears fruit, and if it doesn't, because I feel like we're putting Chuck and Clunk in more danger if we start asking around at local watering holes.
If we can... So good.
Nope, you go ahead.
Hopefully you will say him. If we can get Raggadragga out of the picture, I'd feel a lot better for the Kenku. He's certainly made himself notable around here, hasn't he?
Yeah, that was priority number one for me even from the start. So, if that's what we got to do, and we leave the rest, then it's your call.
For now, I think that means the Doomrun is going to take priority. Let's get that over and taken care of, and then we'll reconvene, see how we feel about continuing after.
I will just point this out. If we win, if we complete the Doomrun and beat Raggadragga and get his war machine, we don't need to stay. We can go on with our mission. Fort Knucklebones, it's not our priority. I'm sorry to say.
Yep, and I completely understand that. I've got my stuff and you've got yours. Sounds like you've got a whole city needs saving, so I'll do what I can to help you.
And where would we go, though, Tanis?
Pick random direction and start riding. I don't know.
I think Torm guided us to the fort, gave us more visions that didn't really lead anywhere. It was didn't think about the time. Thought we'd be able to speak to the Kenku that met Lulu all those years ago, but if this Mad Maggie met those Kenku, she might be our only lead.
Well, and Mad Maggie's got the chant about pretty much anything you can imagine, I would think. And so I think after the Doomrun, the very least we can do is try to get an audience with her and see if it can help you guys out.
Just try not to get assassinated before that point.
That means that.
Keep in mind, every week that we spend out in the wastes, it's another sermon up in El Terrell.
No time at all before London's girlfriend's a vampire herself. Hi, Chris. How's it going?
London looks up from
Oh, didn't see you there.
writing his love letter to fucking Faria.
Sorry about that, boys. Glad to be here.
Glad to have you.
All right. Is there anything else that you guys want to discuss tonight? All right. Then, if that's the case, you all can get a long rest. And with that, you level up.
There you go.
So we are now, what, level 7?
7.
7.
Yay. Yeah. You wake up. It's, I would say, in the morning, but there is no morning. So you just wake up. You guys' internal clock is just fucked.
Mine's doing just fine.
Yeah. You literally have an internal clock, so.
Oh, extra temp hit point from Vinzins. What are we at?
12, I think.
12.
Yeah,
How many Vinzins do you have?
6 total. Yeah, we would give the extra one to Lulu, but there's Gunner here now.
Well, Gunner, can you eat?
No.
Yeah, that's. I was actually
He doesn't
like,
have
I didn't
a
really
mouth.
think about it before.
No, I don't even have a
That's
mouth.
why.
Well, I've been giving mine to like London for a spare, I think. Correct.
Oh, when
Yeah.
you have your thing, that's right. Yeah.
Well, I got rid of it. That's why I'm asking. I don't have fiendish vigor right now.
Okay.
Well, I can we make the argument that we leave Lulu behind at the workshop for the death race?
You
Somebody
can.
mentioned she should stay behind anyways because she nearly died.
Yeah, she did.
That's true.
And we kind of need her.
Yeah, she's like the one person who really, really can't die.
So maybe the Magpies will close down the shop for the day, and they'll escort her.
Yeah, I'll
God, but then we're
suggest-
fucking leaving Lulu in the
Lulu.
shop.
Well, I was saying the Magpies might come watch the race.
And she could watch the race too, just in the
She,
stands. or
she
something.
has to. She's gonna want to. If you guys tell
Oh,
her
sure,
she can't
yeah.
come, she's gonna come and watch the
Okay.
race.
She's gonna get kidnapped.
Yeah, so you might as well at least have her somewhere where you trust, with someone that you trust. At least.
Oh, yeah, she- I
Is
mean,
this
yeah.
the cockpit the safest spot then?
Well, I mean, in the stands, like a public area with
Yeah.
allies.
Yeah,
not
again,
the
until
worst.
somebody surreptitiously, put the bag over her and runs away.
I guess, yeah, the crowd probably wouldn't care.
The Magpies would give their life to protect her, I'm assuming.
Look over and they're like in a heated boxing match.
Even if they would, they just got stomped. Like, obviously, whoever we've pissed off is more than a match for the Magpies.
I'm just really worried that even if we keep Lulu in the cabin, there's going to be some area of effect spell. There's going to be something that can hit her in there.
You guys are talking about me like I'm not right here.
We're just worried about you, Lulu.
I can take care of myself a little, you know. If you want me to stay with Chukka and Clunk, they're great. But I can also stay in the cockpit and I'll be real quiet. I won't make any noise, and I'll you know, I can put up my aura if I need to, you know.
Oh, you know what? That's not a bad idea. And also, Sprocket could be here to help you if you're gonna stay in the cockpit.
Yeah.
Up with me.
So what we do is we weld her inside of a metal box.
Yeah.
It's less
Um.
like I'm not worried about your capabilities. I'm worried about the flamethrower.
Sure. Sprocket does have, if there's somebody within 5 feet of them of Sprocket, it poses disadvantage on attack rolls and stuff. So
Oh, he can protect Lulu.
protect Lulu like that.
What a
so.
team. I love that. Okay.
Alright, so if she stays in the cockpit, I'm feeling much better about that then.
She won't come out, she promises. And I'll just narratively say that she's like stuffed into the floorboards where she won't be. I'll say that she can't do her aura to help you guys, but she can just be safe.
Sure.
Yeah.
Okay.
I mean, if there's like 8 dudes hanging off our machine, feel free to give them a blast.
Right,
but...
Right. Lulu's like salutes you with her trunk. She's got it.
I'm not gonna stop you from doing that.
But you're the gauntlet, of course. You give the orders. Whatever you say goes.
All right, so what's on the docket for today? You got a whole day and a
Fixing
long
the war
rest
machine.
before. Yeah, okay, fixing the war machine. Excellent.
Yeah.
Demon
unfortunately.
Icker.
You're gonna go buy some Demon Icker. Okay. Well, let's go ahead and narratively, like, who's going where? What are we doing? You guys can discuss your day.
Also, if people, I have sending prepared today. So keep that in mind before we rest tonight. If there's things we need to say to people,
Can that message people back home?
most likely. I've never done that successfully, but I think it's possible.
If we do, and this might be selfish ask, but if at the end of the day you have the energy to let Milo and Perlette know that we're alive and safe, that would make me feel much better. I don't think I've ever been away for this long before. But obviously we should report back to the marshal first.
Did you say you could send a message to somebody somewhere else?
Theoretically, anywhere. We'll.
Do you have to know them?
Yeah.
Okay. Never mind then.
A creature with which you are familiar.
Here.
Come on, Van. You want to help me with the war machine?
Let's get to it.
Got a long day ahead of us.
All right. I will say, Gunner, you are going to need to fuel your war machine.
Okay.
Before the Doomrun, so you will have to expend a soul coin.
Just one.
Just one.
Okay.
I've been sort of lackadaisical about soul coin usage. I'm sorry, fuel usage, because it's hard for me to keep track of exactly how much you're using.
Sure.
There are more sturdy mechanics once you guys actually start taking the war machines places.
That's fine. I basically just I spent one when we first started, and then I'll just spend one now. To fuel it.
Mhm. So why don't we do our little thing while you guys, so we get a montage of you guys fixing the machine. We're gonna see how long it takes. So then you're gonna make your check to see if you can aid Gunner, right? So make your Tinkerer's Tools check to see if you can aid Gunner, and then Gunner can make his with advantage.
Okay.
Yeah, oh my god, yes. Okay, so Gunner, yes, you can make your mechanics tools check with the advantage.
With advantage. Okay. Advantage, and here it comes.
Oh my gosh.
5.
Yeah, so with you two together, you can get it done in less than half a day.
Great.
Like, really putting the screws to it, but yeah, you can get it done in like maybe 4 hours.
Awesome. Thanks for the help, Vin.
Problem. I mean, as I've said, these machines are fascinating.
That they are.
And then she'll ask a question about another component that she just noticed or something, and that's how those 4 hours will go.
Sure. While that is happening, what would the rest of you like to do?
Oh, we still need to pick up the demon nectar, but I don't know if we want to do it without Gunner. Because do the rest of us even know how much to buy? What the price is?
1 demon nicker, please. We heard 400 floating around, I think, is one point. 400 a canister.
And if we buy more than we need for the Doomrun, if we do get our hands on a war machine, at some point it'll get put to use. In fact, it might not be a bad idea to stock up while we're in a place that is readily available before we head out back into the wastes.
That's a good point. So if we can afford 2, do we get 2?
If we can afford 5, I would say buy 5.
Okay.
Get kind of pricey.
Yeah, I think that's gonna be like 4,000 chits, but
we can get 2 pretty comfortably. Yeah.
And since it's my war machine, I'll pitch in for like the 1 canister. Like I'll toss you guys some chits to go get some. However much that'll be.
I have.
How many chits do you have, Gunner?
I have 1,000.
Okay. Well, we can just minus however much.
Yeah, that's what I was gonna
when
do. So
you guys go.
Yeah.
How much chits do we have?
I have a little over 1,100 on me from the winnings.
yeah, I think Ophelia is kind of our treasurer at the moment.
Yeah, I'll just take my 90 purse and just give it to Ophelia and just be like, since you're the, money bags.
I mean, she is the quartermaster. That is kind of her job.
Yeah, that's a fair point. Probably should have been you in the first place. Makes sense.
It's exactly 90?
Exactly 90.
Okay.
Anybody else have some chits they want to fork over to Ophelia?
Oh, they're mine. You guys can't have them. I don't have any.
Okay. All right.
We converted our gold, right?
Yeah.
Like to toe tender. Yeah. So Vin's got like a couple coppers. That's it.
I have a little bit of silver left. But I thought more for utility than anything.
How much is a little bit?
15 silver pieces.
Okay, so yeah.
You guys want to head off to the Acre Works and just see what happens?
Yeah, at least Ophelia will go. Anyone else who wants to go?
I'll go with Ophelia.
Yeah, I reckon Lulu would stay behind and hang out with Sprocket. Take you guys over to the. So you go from Rustfinger into Barterfinger. There is a this facility there, which is more less of a shop and more of a twisted refinery. The building itself is a mess of corroded pipes and metal plating. There's no storefront, just an iron grate window. Inside the shop floor is a tangle of pipes, valves, and distillation tanks, where demon ichor is refined and bottled. Crude canisters filled with black sludge are lined up on metal racks inside. When you approach, there is a person there. I'll give you her handout and describe her to you. So she is a gnome with wild green hair, like almost like those Trolls dolls, you know, where it's like just completely shoots off the top of her head. The thing is, she's wearing like scavenger gear, but the thing is, starting like at her forehead and bisecting her body completely, half of her is this gnome, and the other half of her is this disgusting, distorted, massive demon creature. She looks like this. Like this huge, like Hellboy. Stop.
Yeah, you know it's coming.
Stop. There's the like massive Hellboy kind of arm, right? That like humps over the table. And she appears to be busy. And as you approach, she'll say, "Hi, customers." Customer means chits, and chits means I get to buy more fun things. What can I do for you? You want to buy a boost?
Looking for a few tanks of demon ichor.
Well, you can go fuck yourself. And then she shakes her head and she's like, I'm sorry. Blight, that's no way to talk to customers. Stop being rude. I can help you, absolutely. I have pure speed and a godsbedamn bottle. I love that we're on the same page, Bramble. So it seems that she has this dual personality, and one of them is this demon named Blight is the demon's name, and her name is Bramble. But she can give you the layout. So she will explain that there's been some delays on my raw ichor delivery recently. So I know it's super annoying, but the prices are a teensy bit higher than usual. But don't worry. You can have a discount if you let me rip your fucking eyeballs out. Stop being so dramatic, Blight. It's okay. So they are currently a standard ichor injector, which does it basically exactly what the Ichor Boys had, 700 chits.
Ooh.
They have this thing called a canister. So there's an injector, which is standard. Then they have this thing called a canister. And a canister is a standard boost, but it gives you an additional 2 LP on activation. So you hit it, you get 2 LP. And the standard boost stuff as well. And that's 1100. But she's super excited to show you her custom creations. So she'll pull out a little injector that says "Oops, all speed," and it's $3,000. But instead of gaining 1 LP per round, the vehicle gets an immediate plus 5 LP. But it only lasts 1 round. So it's like you could risk 1 to 4 rounds and get 1 per round, or you can just hit this shit and get 5 right off the rip. She has 3 of them called No Boom. They are 1,000. And instead of rolling a D6 for overheating, you roll 2 D6. It's like you have advantage on your overheating check. So you can use them back to back a little better. Turbo Gremlin is 2,200. The vehicle does not outpace enemy war machines, but while boosted, the driver can take the maneuver position action as a reaction once per round. So you can like be in a position and then as a reaction, not on your turn, maneuver anywhere else on the field. Bonk mode
2500. The vehicle does not outpace enemy war machines, but it doubles its damage for boosted impact. Oh, so that's one of the boosted impacts where you like Demonic boost and slam into somebody, and this doubles the damage.
That goes both ways, right? Like if you fail the contest.
Correct. This one's called Buckle Up Buttercup, 2700. The vehicle gains +2 LP per round instead of +1, but when the boost ends, it automatically rolls on the malfunction table instead of rolling for overheating. And the last one, and it's on a case in the back that's got like electrified like lightning cage, right, where it's like super protected. There's locks and all kinds of shit on it, but it's kind of in a display, and it says on it in bold letters, ludicrous speed. Okay, it's 30,000 chits. But instead of the normal outpacing, the vehicle immediately surges ahead at insane speeds, gaining +10 LP instantly. Gains +2 LP per round instead of the +1. But at the end of the boost, your engine melts into slag. So it basically like detonates your car at the end. So,
Okay, guys, we get a loan. We give this to the Icker boys, and we bet on them.
They're gonna use it on the first round.
I don't think the Icker boys are going to Doom Run.
Oh god, that's fun. Yeah, so
Well,
do any
we
of
can
those?
afford that.
Yeah, go ahead. Does any of those pique your interest?
Hopefully, we'll say we need a minute to discuss finances and team huddle.
Take your
With
time.
12
Don't fucking take your time. Hurry the fuck up. God, I'm sorry.
We could afford one of the canisters, the special ones. We could try and haggle for 2 tanks. See if we can get them down from 14 to 12, but that's about it.
That's what we have is 12.
12, a little over 12.
How much was the 5 at once? That one seemed pretty handy.
The +5 instantly.
It was like 3K, right?
3K. Yeah, oops, all speed.
I mean, if Gunner's going to give us the full 1,000, I think he said he had for...
I imagine he gave you his chits and was like, "Oh, you're muted, Gunner."
We can say
Oh.
he probably said like
He
give me the
gave you
change
his
back.
purse and was like, "Give me the change."
Okay, so we have an extra 1,000, so 2,200.
I'm desperately trying to protest, but he can't unmute himself.
He's not here right now.
He said he'd put a lien on the garage and mortgage it out to us. All
You
right.
see Gunner like desperately trying to poke buttons and get things to work.
My,
Yeah.
can you hear me?
Yes.
Yes.
Oh, there we go. Yeah.
My thing crashed. No, I would have just given you all and like give me the change whenever you get back.
The change, right? Yes.
No, we spent it all.
Well, we might if we have
That's
2,200 and we're gonna buy. What was the one that was $2,000? That was the +5 LP. No, that was $3,000.
No.
Yeah.
I was thinking the canister is, I think it was 1,100.
1,100 is a canister, and that's a standard boost, but you get +2 LP per round.
So a canister and maybe 1 regular tank.
Or it's on activation.
I agree with that because once we're past the racing phase of our War Machine days, we don't really care about LP anymore.
So just for this race, gives us a little boost.
So 1 for the race, 1 for an acid rainy day.
You think you're so fucking clever, and you are too. That was great.
Okay. So that's what we're gonna do: a canister and then an injector. So a canister and then a standard one.
Yeah.
Hopefully you'll say, well, since we're new customers, I think we could sweeten the deal a little bit. 1,700 chits.
Bramble begins to think. Make a persuasion check.
14.
She says, "Oh, I do love having new customers," and then the demon inside of her activates, right? Blight. He's like, "We can't give them a fucking discount." So she will meet you in the middle and say that you can have, instead of the 100 off, you can have 50 off.
I think that's pretty reasonable.
So it'll be 1750.
1750. Okay. Ophelia will, I guess, dump the bags on the counter and count out 1750.
She'll hand you she'll go fetch them, and she usually argues with this other person. It's the same person. This is demon corruption, but it's two personalities that she argues with. So they get into a tussle and knock some shit over, and then she brings your injector and your canister.
Go ahead and grab those, Tannis. We'll head back to the garage now.
I'll pocket them. And be like, okay. Are they big and heavy or?
No. They're The canister is a little. The canister is about the size of it's like a gallon, right? It's like a gallon jug.
Sure. Yeah, that's fine. I'll take that one. And I'll hold
the injector is smaller, this big maybe.
I thought they were like NOS tanks or something, but okay.
I'll be like, sure. Oh, weird flex, but okay.
Okay. Is there anything else you guys would like to do? As you're walking back through, you do pass a weapons merchant, which is something you could also look into if you'd like. I know you're flat fucking broke, but
well, we have 467 chits left.
You got to keep some to leave. Don't forget that.
Yeah.
You have to keep it. I think it was like 80 something to leave.
80 ahead, right?
What's that?
Was it 80 ahead?
No,
it was
total.
56 total for us.
56. There you go. 56 total. I think it was I thought it was only 8 chits apiece. Is that still ended up?
8 ahead. That's what it was.
But when we bet on ourselves to win this next race,
Absolutely not.
8,000 chits to spend.
Oh yeah, you gotta have chits to bet too.
Know that our betting odds is going to be dead last for everything. So after that scrapper league,
I mean, if we can bet on ourselves to survive, at least, either we're going to make some money or we're going to be dead. So,
win-win.
I think that because the Doomrun is coming up tomorrow, that in the Barterfinger, there is people doing under the table betting, but there are odds posted. If you guys would actually just like to come by and take a look, I can give you your odds now.
Yes.
Because obviously this whole place operates off of betting, so there would be betting odds posted all over the place.
This is my second favorite aspect of D&D to combat. I've just realized.
Betting odds,
aggressively gambling.
Okay, so for the Doomrun,
that hurts.
we have the winner's purse. So it says collectorate boost applied. That means that they have boosted the Scathe Sisters and the Gorguts gang, because meaning that you can't make massive bets on the Gorguts gang. The house kind of has a stake in it, so their odds are lowered. Or raised, or lowered. Their odds are lowered than what they would be. So that's you guys. Then there's the podium place, top 3. Finisher's line, which is to survive and finish the race, regardless of placement. And then the Carnage wagers totaled out to be eliminated before the finish. First to fall is the first to crash or be eliminated. And first blood is a first confirmed fatality on that team.
3-1 for us at the top. That's not looking good.
Oh boy, we are not looking good.
Yeah, your odds were actually better for the scrap league because they didn't know. But after you competed in the scrap league, they saw what you can do, and they saw that you literally blew up at the finish line. So,
Or what we can't do. Yeah.
yeah. You guys could always make a no survivors bet that everyone dies. 20-1. Pretty good.
Just blow everybody up.
I mean, if our goal is to get Raggadragga out of the way, if we succeed, would that technically mean we could win on totaled out? Because he'd be eliminated before the race ends.
Oh, I mean, his crew wouldn't. He would be.
That's true.
That's true. His crew could still.
Like, didn't you say he has like a fucking gang of like 10 people?
Yeah, he has a big war machine, and it holds a lot more people than what you guys can imagine.
I'm impartial to not placing any bets for the sheer fact that I don't want our decisions affected by greed.
I will literally quit if we can't gamble.
Fine, you can have 10 shits to put on your favorite.
20-1, we all die. Let's go. I mean, the game plan is just target Raggadragga no matter what.
Kill and survive. That is the plan.
Like, is there any merit to placing Flaming Fist finisher's line? Pays out more than 2-1.
Yeah, I think those are the same odds we did last time, and we came up from 300 to 1,000.
That one's the only one that makes sense to me because we're not trying to win the race. We're not even trying to place. We're literally trying to kill this guy and not die.
And survive. Yeah.
Also, these shits that I have, technically they do belong to Gunner, so I don't know if we should gamble with them without asking him first.
I'm not there, so.
Yeah, why don't we?
He
Also, I'd
talked to
rather
me
do this
earlier.
at-
He said it was cool. He totally was chill about it.
It's
Said,
like giving someone money to go get a drink at the gas station and come back with scratchers. Like, come on, dude.
such a dick move.
But also, you can't, unless you're betting under the table, you can't bet here anyways. You'd have to bet at the Ledger House at Blackfinger or at the betting house at the Doomrun at the track.
I'm in the no bets camp right now.
Yeah. Gambling what few chits we have. Like gambling, that seems irresponsible.
Even us to finish? Just finish the race?
If we
That's
have
not even
chits-
our goal.
Yeah. Well,
Well, it's not like we're
actually,
gonna
Well, our
kill
goal is not to
Raggadragga and
finish.
leave.
But
don't we? Well, the bet that we're making with Raggadragga, the one that Gunner made, that basically gets us his war machine, was that we beat Raggadragga. It's not kill Raggadragga, is it?
There will be a
there is a-
stipulation in the contract.
There will be. So if Raggadragga dies, we win by default, even if the Gorguts gangs wins before us.
Correct.
I
It's,
think
it's
that
sort
was
of a
also
loophole.
even something we specified. Like
Yeah.
if one of us dies, like we still that the deal goes through. So
Okay, if that's the case, then yeah, totally kill Raggadragga is our one and only objective.
Right. But he's gonna be like beefy, so I don't even know if First Blood is worth. Like, it's gonna take the full race to try and kill this guy. Maybe Last Blood, but
Yeah, you guys aren't even first on the First Blood because of the Bloodhounds. You'd have to ask around or anything about all of these teams. Like, you don't know anything about who you're competing against except for the Gorguts.
and the Iron Fangs.
And the Iron Fangs, yeah, they'll be there too.
no Ichor boys.
No, they're
know.
scrap league.
They're minor leaguers.
Minor leaguers.
Their car also melted during the race. So
Oh yeah, they got another one. they alternate, right?
Oh.
They'll be back tomorrow.
To blow up another war machine.
Yeah, and by the time they get that one fixed, the other one will be blown up. So it's just this endless cycle.
It's crazy that Gorgut's placing doesn't even win you money.
That's because of the collectorate boost. The collectorate doesn't want to lose or like pay out a bunch of money when they know they're gonna win.
Yeah. They do that in college football too. If like a really good team is playing some random like fucking Norfolk State, you can't even bet money line. You like have to bet the spread because they're just like, we know this team's gonna lose.
I literally had looked into betting. Like I had
So
to
happy
learn
about that.
all about all of this stuff in order to come up with these odds. And I still kind of don't get it. I mean, I do, but I say I don't, but I totally do. But, you know. All right. Is there anything else you guys would like to do while you're out?
If Ophelia gives me 10 chits, I'm gonna bet it on Flaming Fist to finish. Finisher's line.
I mean, she gives London 10 chits.
Okay. So you're gonna have to hit up the Ledger House for that in Blackfinger.
Done.
Okay. London makes, before we get into that, London makes it apparent that he wants to go to the Ledger House to bet his 10 chits. You guys are currently on the opposite side of the fort. Does anybody go with him or?
Yeah, we're not letting him wander through this place
Okay.
by himself to go gamble.
Okay. So as you guys are walking out of Barterfinger into the Grasp, you go towards Blackfinger, and you can see the Maw Gate, and you see a war machine pull through the Maw Gate, and it's a scavenger with the hook on the back, right? And it is currently dragging a mangled, charred mess of a war machine from the wasteland into the fort. The people operating the scavenger are obviously scavers. They're not any sort of named NPCs or anything like that. But the war machine they're dragging, it has bony plating on it in some places, like scavenged infernal creatures or abyssal creatures' bones that sort of act as armor plating, but they've been cracked and destroyed as it's being towed into the fort. And it does kind of remind you of a machine that you've seen before, but I will say, not the same one.
Looks like the one that was destroyed when we first got to Knucklebones.
It does.
Isn't it some necromancers or something?
I'd be surprised if somebody who's not a necromancer built that.
You guys can totally make your way to Blackfinger and into the Ledger House and place your bets. Let me write this down. It was a
Finishing line.
finishing
Flaming
line.
Fist. 5-2, I think. 10 chits.
10 chits at 5-2. Yep. Okay. All right, no problem. You meet with one of the collectorate imps. They're like, "Hey, you were with that guy that stalled out at the..."
I know you. You were with that guy who stalled out at the finish line. London laughs and he laughs and he laughs.
Okay. All right. You guys are more than welcome to return to Breastfinger and the Magpie's Garage. After a little while, Gunner and Vin are finished with their repairs for the day. Is there anything else you guys would like to do today?
Well, we had those messages to send. I mean, I can't think of anything.
What was the damage on that the demonicker?
Oh, right. Ophelia is going to return 450 chits to Gunner.
Thank you very much.
Prices have gone up a little bit, apparently.
I see that. That's all right. It'll be useful.
Yeah, if the Scrappers League is any indication how the Doomrun's gonna go, then we're gonna need every advantage we can get. Also, London took 10 to make a bet.
Yeah, it's all right.
Well, I'm not sharing with you if I win then, Tennis.
5 chits, you can keep them.
You didn't bet more? What happened?
Quartermaster's pretty stingy with the purse strings.
That's all right.
You could still
Has she
make.
gotten you everything you've ever asked for and more?
You know what, Tennis? If we're 8 chits short from leaving this place, you're getting left behind.
By all means, I will just go get filthy drunk. I'm fine with that.
You're actually going to drink the liquor here, Tennis?
I can have 1 ale. I'm probably pretty much a lightweight nowadays. I have been drinking a lot, you know.
Yeah, tolerance is back.
Did they even sell ale at the shithouse?
It's kind of like it, yeah, kind of.
It was
of.
that
I was gonna
Taco
say I
stuff
wouldn't,
that
I
we
wouldn't
can't
call
afford.
it ale.
Yeah.
Ale adjacent.
Very much so. Okay. Anything other than the messages? Anything else you guys want to do
When's the race?
today? Tomorrow in. There's no real specific time that it's gonna start, but it's an all-day event, and you'll know, right? Actually, a horn goes off around the whole fort when the caravan is leaving, which you guys will find out more about the next day. But they pick up people and take them there.
Oh, cool. It's like the Rose Bowl parade. This is awesome.
Yeah, it's huge. Yeah, the whole fort clears out for this. They all go. So I mean, for the most part, people who can afford it. Because it's 8 chits to leave and come back. So that's basically your ticket, right? You don't have to buy a ticket, but you have to pay to get back into the fort. So yeah. You'll know when they're leaving and stuff too.
August, you can reset your spells every day.
Yes. So yeah, it's like the only day of downtime I feel like we've had in weeks and weeks. So take the opportunity to send some messages.
Or
you can keep message and really get into Raggadragga's head tomorrow.
If we had the dream spell.
You can also like August just suggested, it is your first time having downtime in forever. So if there are personal things that you would like to do, that is also an option. Sort of conversations that need to be had or anything.
Yeah, at some point in the day, August would just want to apologize to Lulu if it seems like we're infantilizing her. We're just very worried about the scenario where Lulu dies, and now we got to figure this out with the one person whose memories were telling us where to go.
She...
it's not that I think that you're, treating me like a baby. I want to feel important,
And you are, and not just for, the person you used to be, but for the person you are now. I don't want you to think we just value you for some past version of Lulu. Like, you're the one we know. You're the one we value.
Thanks, August. I appreciate that. She's cool. She gets it. Anything else? You know what I'm really doing is stalling the sendings, because those always make me so uncomfortable. Because I have no idea who you're going to message, and there's no way for me to prepare for it.
Yeah, I was like thinking of anything Vin would like to say, but then my mind was drifting to like, oh, what are those sendings going to be like?
all right, fine. We get, we're all in a circle. And August, what does your sending look like? You just like send out like fucking Professor X, put your finger, and just
Yeah, I think it's just like sit down, relax, and then just like as he speaks, it's like a candle flickering and fluttering until it's out and the message is gone.
Oh, like tracking your voice movements, like a thing.
Yeah, like a fire breather who had the tiniest little sip of kerosene.
Okay, cool. That's cool. All right. Who are we sending?
I guess first one goes to Ravengard, just as like a rote update of like we're in a place called Fort Knucklebones. Seven. At a bit of an impasse.
I'll let you draft. You can draft it
I'm
first.
drafting it.
You can draft it
I'm not
first.
sending it right now.
Okay, you can draft it first.
Currently in midst of conundrum.
A good chance we die tomorrow. Prepare second team.
Oh God! Wait, you said that?
No.
Okay.
Now,
That's
if
how
we
the sermons are doing.
say if we TPK now, we continue this campaign as the replacements.
Yeah.
The team B.
The other guys.
The
Yeah.
B team, bro.
Second company. How many sendings do you get?
Theoretically 4.
Okay. If anyone else would like to make one, you can also draft your messages now.
How many words do we get? 25?
Yeah. And if people have other stuff we should put in with the message to Ravengard, that's not just we're kind of working on something big risk, big reward. So
I mean, that's kind of all they and it's your duty to report anyways. So.
yeah.
I mean, you were joking about it, but maybe you should tell him if he doesn't get an update within a couple days, assume the worst. Vin and Ophelia watching everyone trying to draft their notes. Like, oh, we don't have anyone to message.
Oh God! Don't drag Vin into this. Don't worry, the Shield's been doing plenty of talking.
Very true.
I was thinking earlier when you guys were talking about like not knowing or like being more certain about who you're killing and like you don't want to be corrupted and stuff like that. I think the Shield wasn't actively speaking, right? But it was more like giving Vin the vibe of like, don't worry, I know what I'm doing. You did the right thing, you know, stuff like that, like trying to reassure you. Not actively speaking, but like just giving you that vibe.
Yeah, and then Vin was thinking it's her idea, and she was like, "Oh, you know, we gotta do what we gotta do."
Exactly.
It's like Frodo in the Ring or something.
Yeah, I mean, that's
yeah.
that's an inspiration for sure.
For sure.
Or actually, my dad used to play D&D, and he had this character named Kieran who had this like mask that would like it was the same type of
same
thing. It would
thing.
give him power, but it would kind of like if he kept it on too long, it would melt to his face, and he would
That's
take
cool.
on a different personality.
That's sick.
That's
So,
That's sick.
but yeah, Brendan, I feel like I'm sure you probably have something already, but I feel like you could probably name drop Fort Knucklebones and briefly describe the racer, like, you know, big risk, you know, and then, yeah, like, might need plan B, and it might not go well. That should suffice, I think.
We're down to the point where we're cutting articles and pronouns just to cut down on
Yeah.
word count.
If there's resources for London to send one to Hamilton, which he will beg and whine until you let him.
Choosing Hamilton over Feria? That makes sense. That's your dad.
The man who raised you versus
Ho.
the girl you met a few weeks ago?
It was tough. It was neck and neck.
Not very Romeo and Juliet of you.
Yeah.
How many sending spells do you have?
4.
Yeah, I've got 3 third levels and a 4th level spell slot.
Oh, love you.
Love you, miss you.
Oh.
I mean, if that fourth one's just gonna go unused, I mean,
Well, we got Raven Guard. Tannis wants to send one. You're gonna send one to Hamilton.
That's it, yeah. Seems like it.
yeah. Who wants the last one?
I feel like we could just use the message to Hamilton for Ravengard, right? Like, especially the love you, miss you part, you know?
That's the most important part of the message.
All right, I'll cut the part about where we are and fit in I love you and I miss you.
Exactly, yeah.
Are you
Gotta make
pooping?
sacrifices.
Okay. All right. Are you ready, Brennan?
Yeah, it's just like I'm trying to say the trail from the helm went cold, but it's like I don't want to say the because we need words elsewhere. So now it's just making it seem like the trail is from Helm, not Torm.
Oh, I see.
Ravengard has more than 8 intelligence, I think. So I think we're all right.
He is totally gonna understand.
Why didn't you say helmet? There's no point in abbreviating.
Yeah, it's the one word.
Dude,
I mean-
his eyes just now told the whole story.
Yeah, you couldn't see me just hitting 2 keys out of frame.
Oh god. Okay. All right. So, are you ready? You're going first, obviously.
Hold on, let me count this one more time.
Yeah, and we got to roll, right?
Only if it's on another plane. So Ravengard will
Oh,
be
it's
fine.
here. That's right. You're right. Damn, it's only 5% and you failed that one time? Jeez.
Yeah.
That's crazy.
Crazy.
All right. So the first message to Ravengard, I'll also read it because there's no regard for grammar in what I wrote. In place called Fort Knucklebones, trail from helmet is cold. Need to win death race. If there's no word in a 10-day, we're likely dead.
Okay.
Doesn't inspire a ton of hope, but
Okay.
Doesn't need to.
it's the
Lucky for me,
Potatoes,
I can just give you a vibe back. Because I'm not writing out 25 words. Essentially, I mean, he's gonna say something like, 10-4, right? Like just like got it. I think he will mention that there was another pretty sizable Hell Knight attack, including Fox Rowley, but they were pushed back due to the help of the children. And the other thing about the children is there's a lot of them now. Like they outnumber the civilians. That was his message. He did not make mention, due to the lack of words, anything about we're likely dead in a 10-day or whatever. He didn't even mention that. He just 10-4'd you.
I'll cross that bridge when I get there.
Right,
If
he
I don't get a message
10-4'd
back, I'll
you
send
and
it
is just
over.
like, this is what's going on with us. Yeah. All right, who's next?
Dennis.
Yeah, and I'll hand over a note that I wrote to August and just be like, if you could just send this to Perlette for me. You know, I was gonna read it, but actually I kind of want August to read it for me.
You want me to just
No, I'll
do
I'll
it
just
right here in
say-
front of everybody? You want me to go to another room? Is this
No,
personal?
it's my mother we're talking about.
Oh.
No, it just says, Perlette, this is August. I'm with Tannis. He's alive. We'll be gone a long time. He says he misses you. We'll be home when possible.
Damn, that was succinct. Cool.
25 words on the
That's
dot.
beautiful.
That's
Your
my mom.
Perlette does not understand the 25 words thing, and and starts going on this whole spiel like, "Oh, we miss you, sweetie. Your dad's doing fine." There's lots of ums and uhs and because and that you get like nothing, but basically like, "We hope you're safe" is the main vibe that you got from. But she starts going on to something and then just gets cut off.
Jane's trying to figure out when you're going to come back and have that walk you promised.
Yeah. Oh God, Jane.
Well, you mind just posting that message in the chat?
Oh,
Just
sure.
for my notes. Thank you.
There's numbers in there when I was counting words, but yeah, that's it.
Got it.
All right. It is London. How do you approach this, London?
Yeah, same thing. I would tell August, Hamilton one. You can do it here with everyone.
The best part is he doesn't mention anything about the fact that this is from London, so it's kind of funny that he's like, "Love you, miss you" at the end.
So he'll figure it out. He'll figure it out.
Your responses, I appreciate it, but I feel like we haven't interacted that much.
Really only met you that one time, and
Hamilton, we're still alive, still looking for the sword. Found a fort, racing for our lives, and figuring out what's next. Love you, miss you. I think Hamilton's response is in his classic sort of, you know, shoulder punching kind of way where he's like, you know, don't die
Can't
out
believe you're not
there.
dead yet.
Yeah. Yeah, I can't believe you haven't died yet. And yeah, it's shit like that. But he's okay. He's alive and well.
cool. And August, do you have one more use of the spell?
I do.
And I'll go into your ear and whisper
Oh, he
24 more words.
God, what have you put in the chat?
All right, now August / Brendan has to read this one out loud.
But quietly.
Whisper it.
And it's coming from August, which is the best.
I wish I had another spell to clarify.
A clarifying spell.
Oh.
Really does feel inappropriate without clarification.
Actually, I think there's room for one. No, there's not room for one more word. Sorry. Keep it like that. It's fine.
Just get rid of the I and say from London.
Love
Varia,
London.
miss you. Yeah.
There you go.
There you go.
There we go. Yes.
Love London.
Way better.
Okay.
Varia, miss you with everything in me. With what's left, anyways. Avernus is brutal. Everything burns always. Thinking of you, just making awkward eye contact with the rest of the party as this is happening. Keeps me going. Love London. And heavy emphasis on London.
London. Love
And-
London. You try to add in a couple more, squeeze in, like Jester does. She's like, blah, 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 at the last one. So you send the message. Fairy, I think the response takes a moment to come through. I think that there is like this pause. I think
She just leaves him on red. Doesn't respond.
no, but that's definitely what you
Ghosted
think
you.
for a while. The dots go for a while.
Yeah. August is like, I'm getting something. Oh no, never mind.
No.
Okay.
But I think it's because she is so clumsy. She's also trying to figure out the 25 words because she's
25.
exactly. So there is this kind of pause, but I think it just ends with. I think she just keeps it simple, and she's like, "Love you. You know, be safe. Varia." Something like that.
Ah,
Something very
cool,
romantic.
cool. Yeah. Thanks, no problem. Then he'll walk away with like the biggest fucking smile on his face ever.
Oh Jesus! All right. All right. So hopefully the next time you guys hit them up, that they aren't all vampires. What is next?
London walks away with a big smile.
Shut up!
Did what we thought the last campaign.
Okay. Everyone take inspiration, please. I was gonna give it to you earlier from your other one, but that was worthy of an inspiration for sure. Okay. Is there anything else?
You guys
That's it.
want to
We take a
do
quick
the?
break.
Yeah, we can take a break. Let's make sure. Is there anything else? No? All right, we're gonna get a long rest now, and when we wake up, it'll be the Doomrun.
Yep.
We're all good with that.
I mean,
Great.
no, but yeah.
All right,
No, but yes.
you all lay down for your long rest, and it's nerve-wracking as hell because you know that like real shit is on the line the next day.
You know
if
what?
Vin doesn't, I will throw up the alarm spell.
Yeah.
Just for the.
Of course.
Yeah, for sure.
Did-
Especially
I
the-
actually assumed that had been being done.
Okay.
Well,
I'll
we-
throw it up.
One small thing I guess Tanis would do is bust out the Devil's Flask and speak the bonus word to pour some ale, and I guess divvy it up amongst the 5 of us. Lulu, if she wants some, and you're like, let's hope this isn't one last drink together.
This is my first time ever trying alcohol.
How old are you?
Yeah, you're
you're legal,
I don't know, like 500 years old.
Yeah, older than all of us.
10,000 years old. I don't know. Okay, yeah, but she tastes it. She fucking hates it, and she lets out she like sneezes, and the spray of dust. What is it? The sparkle spray comes out and coats everybody. She's like, "Oh, sorry guys, I do not like it."
Gunner
If you're
just
honest.
splashes it on his face. It's fine.
Okay, cool. One last drink is had. You all get ready for the bed and wake up the Doomrun.
You guys updated your character sheets?
For
Yeah,
this.
we've leveled up already.
All right, we're taking a break.
Yeah.
Pull us over to the break.
healing spirit, by the way, for us to the party.
Yeah, I can do aid.
Oh, I can too. If I
Okay.
Well,
Well,
if you could do it, I would prefer that. So I have more like enhanceability, vortex warp, all the other stuff.
shit.
And we said that targeting a space doesn't keep up with vehicles, right?
No, targeting a space is good. It's like
Oh.
the area of effect. I wrote
Like
it out.
sickening radiance.
Yeah.
Lingering effects, I'm assuming. or
Right.
just don't linger.
Correct.
daggers.
It can't.
Yeah, like Cloud of Daggers, I think was the classic
Yes,
example.
that was
we
the
used.
example I used. Yeah. So
But
Cloud of
Fairy
Death,
Fire's instant, so it would just be.
and it hits the
Yeah.
targets. So the
Yeah.
Yeah, the
targets,
targets
are still on
are
the war
really-
machine. They still are affected. But a healing spirit targets a space, which
Right.
implicates that it is a creature, right? So it's like a creature appears on the war machine.
Yeah, it is a nature spirit who just shows up to hang out. right?
Exactly. That is how I imagined it. So that is what I looked at that spell because I remember you guys mentioning it, and I was like, oh no, yeah, this works out because it's on the war machine.
And when the spirit is hanging out, is he just like chill with everyone, or like what's his vibe?
That is your spell. So yeah, we're gonna find out what he does when you tell us.
It's just like a phantom Furia who just like when it's you like gives you a big old hug. Everyone else
That's
it's
amazing.
like a nice cordial handshake.
I'm gonna skip my next few turns, boys. I'm dealing with something here.
You're at full hit points, London.
Leave me alone!
Quit making out with the ghost.
I'm the most emotionally damaged.
Okay. All right. Any more sort of table talk stuff we got to go over before I'm gonna sort of just push us into the Doomrun.
That's
Yep.
Oh, fucking
All
exciting
right,
as
let's
hell.
do this. So, the title of this note is called Race Day. Because it's race day, baby. The fort is alive with anticipation. Smoke curls into the sky from dozens of engine stacks, and the usual grinding drone of the furnace is nearly drowned out by the chaos of race day. From all across Knucklebones, bodies pour from workshops and warrens nestled between the fingers. Hundreds funnel through the grasp toward the Maw Gate and the Fort Gate. Scouts, gamblers, scavers, and all manner of wastelanders jostle for position in the crowd. Red caps blow whistles and brandish spikes to keep order, herding the spectators towards the convoy zone. Near the gate is the convoy, a dozen, quote, public rigs, which are open-decked transports and cage-rattling junk haulers that all come to life. The engines come to life as red cap drivers call out for riders. Crowds scramble aboard, some sitting on wheel wells, others clinging to chains and side rails. There's barely enough room to breathe, let alone sit, but no one cares. This is how you get to the Doomrun. This is how you witness the carnage. So it is, you guys, I imagine, are on Yama, your tormentor, making your way towards the gate. Now I'm just going to go ahead and have you guys pay your 8 chits per person.
Okay.
To leave the fort.
Sorry, before we go,
Mhm.
Ophelia does cast aid on everyone.
3 people.
It's only 3 people?
There's 10 hit points. Can you stack that with
Yes.
Vincennes?
Yes.
It doesn't go into 10 hit points. It's not 10
Yeah,
hit points.
it's not 10.
Well, up to 3.
Yeah, it
creatures.
increases your maximum by 5.
Okay, so I'm
Oh,
going
cool.
to do myself, Tanis, and London.
Thank you. How long does that last for? Oh wow!
8
Okay.
hours.
Yeah, the whole day.
Sweet.
Okay. Did somebody pay?
Yep, I did.
Okay.
So all tickets out of here.
Yep, as you guys are finishing up your payments,
A loud horn blows that echoes across the entire fort. And with that, Redcaps wave spiked batons, and the official convoy lurches forward, engines snarling in a chaotic harmony. Vehicles pour out of the gates like a vein cut open. Iron, fire, and fury spilling into the wasteland. Dozens of war machines stretch into the distance, kicking up dust and exhaust as they make their way towards the track. So basically when the horn blows, like, people already left too. Like, people have been steady leaving. But when the horn blows, it's like the convoy leaves and it's safer to travel with the convoy. So just a ass of machines, just like in Fury Road, right? Where it's just like this whole armada of machines pours out of the gate and heads towards the track.
Serious question. Do people leave early and like tailgate the race?
Yeah. Yeah, that's what the rust lot is for.
That's great.
Hell yeah.
Yeah, there's a whole, so when you guys get to the rest lot, well, I can tell you about it. I'll read my description. Yeah, go ahead.
I'm sorry to bring this up. Did we ever get with the collectorate with Raggadragga to?
That is, you can do that at the betting house. That is where he was expecting to meet you.
Awesome, thank you.
Mm-hmm. So you guys do the travel. It's up the hill. We already did this before. The rust lot is a teeming hive of noise, metal, and barely contained violence. The valley is packed. So when you guys were there before, it was just like a couple of people. It is slammed. Hundreds of scavers, spectators, and war machines clog the basin floor, crowded between rigs and vendor stalls, shouting over revving engines and each other. The scent of scorched oil, fried abyssal meat, and burning ichor chokes the air. So the first area of the rust lot that you guys enter is like the parking lot. It's where all the war machines that spectators take are. And like Chris was saying, people have been here all day. Like they woke up early, drove there,
Pre-game.
been pre-game and hanging out.
Yeah.
You could get away with a little more skullduggery out here than you can in the fort. So they've been like, smashing stuff and, being hooligans. At the center of the rust lot, the betting house is a fortress of iron and noise. Collectorate imps shriek odds from behind barred counters, while redcaps shove the impatient back with cudgels. Chits, contracts, and soul coins exchange hands faster than names. All around, spectators begin climbing the stairs in the caldera walls as they make their way towards the grandstands carved in the stone high above. Hundreds more have already gathered there, eager for blood and fire. It's race day, boys.
Is it the same track as the scrap run?
Yes. A little different, though.
This has the gauntlet open.
This has
now,
the
right?
gauntlet in it. Yep.
Actually, can I ask Gunner, be like, what is that part of the track that was closed off last time? Do you know what's going on in there? Seemed like a tunnel or something.
That is correct. So it is a area of the caldera where the lip curls back in kind of like a wave, and it creates this huge tunnel. You will be like eliminated, I guess, like you're nullified your win if you do not enter the gauntlet on your laps. But it is just a very narrow, tight tunnel that all the war machines have to go through.
Cool.
It usually only lasts one round.
So there's no like massive jump or anything crazy, or
not for the gauntlet, no. But it's got stalagmites and chains hang down from the. It's definitely like an obstacle that, I imagine it like in the pod race in episode 1 of Star Wars, where they go into the canyon and you have to kind of drive back and forth, and there's splits in it, stuff like that. So it's definitely a driver focused, hard to navigate area.
I got this, boys.
That's a sick reference, by the way, Jay.
Episode 1.
That's fucking awesome.
All right. So where are you guys headed?
Well, I gotta seal this deal with the with Raggadragga and the collectorate. So I'm gonna be heading there as soon as I can.
Okay. You're driving. You just want to pull up to the betting house.
Yeah,
Cool.
for sure.
The betting house is crowded and buzzing with anticipation. Near the rear, so basically almost like where you end up pulling up, one betting window is quieter and guarded by two werevultures. The massive wereboar himself leans against the counter, arms crossed, smirking, with one boot casually propped on a crate. You see him before he sees you.
I'm like, all right, let's get this over with, Raggadragga. I'm here.
Looky what we got here, boys. My little monkey wrench. I can't believe he actually showed his metal mug.
And he'll kind of, saunter, swagger over to where you are. And he'll put a big, fat, grubby finger on your chest.
I was beginning to think you wouldn't show. Figured you'd be halfway up the sticks, pissing bolts from the last race.
I'd smack his hand off my chest. I'm like, no, we're here to race this time. What you saw was call it warm up.
Look at you, bucking up to old Raggadragga. This ain't no scrub league. This is where boys like you get chewed up and spit back out.
I guess we'll just have to see about that, won't we? Why don't we finish this little deal up so we can I can get back to my war machine.
You sure you ain't wanting to settle up now? Save me the trouble going through the collectorate.
No, I'm sure. Let's your war machine for mine and me, of course, unfortunately. But
Slams his fist on the counter.
All right, clerk, make it official like. I'm about to own me a Tin Man and a new ride. 2 for 1.
And the little collectorate imp is behind the counter. This one has like a white goatee that curls off, and he's got white sideburns.
It says, right, very good. Let's see here. Single race wager, 2 parties, 1 tormentor, 1 autonomous construct against 1 demon grinder. If party A finishes ahead of party B or party B is killed, party A wins. Flip it, same deal. Standard null clause at the end, no payout if you both are slagged. Clear?
clear.
You know the drill. And he will sort of snap his fingers, and a abyssal or a infernal contract will appear before you. And he will say, mark it with a name or blood. We accept both. And I will show you the contract. I wrote it. I explained it as the imp very crudely, and I wrote it for layman's, but I also wrote the entire contract for you.
Okay.
Like an official one. I have to find where I put it, though.
Do I need to read the fine part here?
No, it's very clear.
Okay.
There you go. I'll read the simplified version, but the actual version is like a real, like, legit contract. Okay, so even if there was any clauses or anything in it that are like hidden, I would explain it in the simplified version. So the stakes are: if Raggadragga wins, he gains full ownership of the Tormentor class war machine known as Yama, and the autonomous construct known as Gunner, to do with as he pleases. If Gunner wins, he gains full ownership of the Demon Grinder class war machine known as the Gut Grinder. The victory conditions are: victory is awarded to whichever party finishes ahead of the other in the Doomrun as determined by official race placement at the finish line. Alternatively, if one party is killed during the race and the other survives, the surviving party is considered the winner, regardless of race placement or the state of their war machines. If both parties are killed or fail to finish, the bet is considered null. All terms of this wager are officiated by the Collectorate, bound by infernal law, and enforceable by the authority of Fort Knucklebones. Breach of contract will be considered a violation of Fort law and punished accordingly. But the way that I wrote out the contract explains it way cooler.
Okay.
And scarier. Because this, my friend, is a legit infernal contract. Bound by infernal law.
Okay. I look back at my friend. What are my friends doing in the war machine?
Yeah, where are you guys at?
Sitting on one of the wheel wells. And just like, I'm looking over this interaction to make sure Raggadragga doesn't really step out of line.
Okay. No, he seems pumped. He immediately scrawled his name in crude, the R's backwards, you know, like he doesn't even know how to write his own name type stuff. And you're gonna sign it too, Gunner?
Yeah, I'll sign it.
All right, you sign it.
I've got a little like pin that shoots out of my finger. Beep.
Perfect. So once that is done, once you sign it, the imp reads it over, stamps it, and the contract appears to burst into flames. And in its place are 2 black iron tubes. The terms of the contract are written in infernal along the outside. It's like if you rolled it over clay, it would write out the contract.
Yeah.
And Raggadragga takes his. The other one is for you.
Yep, I'll take mine.
After he picks his up, this whole cocky, jumping around, having a good time, teasing you, Raggadragga, he's gone. Right? This dude gets real cold real fast. And he looks over at you, holding his contract, you know, pushing it into his little bandolier thing he's got. Good deal, Tin Man. The time for shit talking's over. No more games.
Yeah, we'll see who actually wins this thing, fair and square.
This ain't a race no more. You signed your name. That's all I needed.
And you signed yours. That's all I needed.
Cold and cool, he turns around and heads back towards the, ironically, same place you're going, pit stop.
Okay. I tuck my little infernal scroll thingy in my belt and walk back to the war machine.
Okay. Boy, this is gonna be good. Oh boy.
Please don't sentence me to enslavement, everybody.
Awesome.
Okay.
That's why the Collectorate is here, right?
Yeah.
It's like, not only does, because he's a devil, so not only does he like keep the laws and count the coins, but he like has the ability to make infernal contracts. Well, all the imps do anyways, but they work for him. So. All right. Now where are we going? Kill box, pit stop.
We got to register at the. Oh no, we already registered.
You already
so
registered.
You
You still got to check in at the kill box to let them know you're here. But it's not a tedious process. I don't need to explain it. Like, you're basically good to go.
Kill box and then pit box.
Yep.
Or, pit stop.
Yep. All right. So you guys deal with the red caps at the kill box and make your way through the gate into the pit stop. The huge opening in the caldera looming over you as you pull in. And the thing about the pit stop that is different than the last time you were here is there's people in here wandering about, maybe a few like what look like wealthy people walking around, you know, like they still have like
Mad Max style post-apocalyptic gear on, but they're look noble and wealthy and have like bodyguards surrounding them. They're inspecting war machines and stuff like that. But other than that, there isn't a bunch of other war machines like there was before. There's only the racers that are competing today. And I can give you guys a description of what you're up against if you would like. All right.
Yeah, I want to know our competition.
So we'll start with the Gorguts gang. Their war machine is a towering metal beast that squats at the far end of the yard, bigger than most demon grinders you've seen. Jagged plates overlap like armor, and mounted to the front is a massive jaw of interlocking metal fangs, clearly designed to crush enemy vehicles. A spiked wrecking ball swings from the rear, and around it is the gang of at least 9 hunched lycanthropes that prep the war machine. Across the yard is a sleek, blackened scavenger with curved armor and wicked barbs lining the side. Its edges are clean and razor sharp. I described it as sort of like, I mean, I didn't describe it here like that, but I imagine it kind of looking like a sword blade, right? Like standing up, just sleek and sharp. And it appears that the front grille resembles a spider's head. 4 dark figures perch beside it. Drow women in fitted leather, each wearing a red handkerchief. They stare out quietly, motionless, like predators ready to pounce. These are the Scathe Sisters. And they're just sitting there quietly, silently, chilling. Already ready to go. Not far from them, not 1, but 5 Devil's Rides form a loose pack. Spikes jut from the handlebars and tailpipes, and each one is decorated with humanoid bones and blood-red paint. Cages are strapped to the backs of their rigs, holding grotesque, skinless dogs that growl and gnash their teeth against the bars. Each rider is masked, shirtless, and painted across the eyes with red. They kneel in a tight circle around a piece of a war machine, like the cover of like one of their war machines. And the whole has all these infernal runes painted on it in blood. And one of them chants while the others heat up a hooked piece of metal on the running war machine engine furnace and brand themselves with it. These are the Bloodhounds. The Iron Fangs are also here. You see them. They're well-armored and sleek Iron Fang. The Hobgoblin brothers move in a formation around it, checking fuel lines and inspecting weapons with precision. There's 2 more. Off to one side is a wide tormentor entirely clad in jagged metal spikes all the way around. Front, sides, even the wheels. Like it was built to punish anything that gets too close. Mounted along each side are twin harpoon launchers. And on top is a massive central turret. Like a harpoon gun that has like a crank on the side of it. You're not entirely sure how this thing works. And its riders are 3 gunners dressed in heavy leathers and helmets and a meticulous driver. This is the Steel Division in their war machine, the Arsenal. Oh, I forgot to mention the Scathe Sisters war machine's called the Widow Queen. And the last war machine is a low, heavy scavenger rig. It's the one that's closest to you. It's built like a rolling vault. Each inch is plated in thick, mismatched armor. There are no visible mounted weapons, just reinforced steel, bolted to the front. Oh no, reinforced steel, bolted to the front is a rusted horned bull's head. There are 5 dwarves in thick armor and sealed gas masks. So each of these 5 dwarves have gas masks. One of them kicks open a side vent, and there's a blast of greenish fog, and you can smell it, that it's sharp and sour even from this distance. This is the Colborn Sons in their war machine, the Gorgon. So that's you guys. The Gorguts gang in the Gut Grinder, the Scathe Sisters and the Widow Queen, the Bloodhounds, which are just 5 war machines, Devil's Rides. The Iron Fangs in the Iron Fang, the Steel Division in the Arsenal, and the Colborn Sons in the Gorgon. Got me? Okay. What do you guys do?
Gunner, do you know if the similarities to a real Gorgon are purely aesthetic?
You can make a history check. I'll see if you've seen them race before.
Okay.
Yep, you've seen them before. Their main tactic, the Colborn Sons in the Gorgon, their main tactic is to survive. They are a heavily defensive war machine. Obviously, it's like a Volt on wheels. They do have an ability to blast like a poisonous gas. It does not turn you to stone. I know that was what he was wondering. It doesn't turn you to stone. It's just poison gas.
I'll explain that it is adjacent. They make it seem like that, but it's dangerous nonetheless. But we'll just have to keep an eye on them.
These guys make the Scrap League racers look like school children.
Gunnar, are there any rules of the road here? Because if we approach the Iron Fangs and ask to keep off of us, and we in turn will keep off of them, are such alliances made, or is it just an utter free-for-all once the pedal hits the metal, so to speak?
Well, what I know about these races is there are no rules, and I'm sure we could ask. I can't guarantee they're gonna actually listen to us. What do we have that they need?
It'd just be one less random
That is true.
weaponized call coming at them.
Well, Raggadragga is kind of king of the cage around here. If we start saying we're going to be going after him exclusively, they probably want him out of the way as much as we do, just to place it.
That is true. We could at least keep them at bay and actually give them the win if we wanted to. We could say, hey, we'll take out Raggadragga, you keep on trucking, and we won't interfere.
Could be mutually beneficial, yes.
I like that idea. If we basically say it comes down to us or them, as long as they stay out of our way,
we'll pull back.
They can that the winner's purse is what they're most interested in, I assume.
Sure.
Just tell everybody it's personal business. We'll stay out of each other's way.
Does Gunner, this is just me talking, but does Gunner think anything that's not against the rules or anything?
No,
right?
there's no rules on that. You can make alliances. Yeah, no problem. In fact, you're on friendly terms with the Iron Fangs. You could just go up and be like, good luck,
Yeah. I think
for sure
would.
Yeah, for sure with the Iron Fangs.
We could do that with other people though.
Yeah, I don't know about
the Scathe Sisters, but maybe the others.
Maybe the others, yeah.
I mean, we can spread the rumor. I mean, we're mainly here to kill Raggadragga. If people know that, they might leave us alone to finish the job.
Raggadragga's been here all day. They might know that Raggadragga's coming to kill you.
Yeah.
Yeah, but we have something over Raggadragga, which is Raggadragga's not going to want to kill us and then pull back. He's going to want to kill us and then take out everybody else. So if we kill him and then tell everybody and assure them that we're going to pull back, then...
I know chances don't look good, but if you don't interfere with us, our chances are that much better, and you won't actually have to deal with them.
Exactly.
Our race is not with them, it's solely with Raggadragga.
I say we go up to maybe not the Skate Sisters, but everybody else, and just if they say no, they say no.
And then if we don't go up to them, it's going to be like a thing, and then like it's like, oh, they didn't think we were good enough, so let's go for them.
I mean, we don't have to make them promise anything. We can just tell them, we're here to kill
That's true.
Raggadragga. We're not
Right.
here to win.
Yes, you should go do that, Ophelia, and we'll all be right behind you.
I'll go
Very well.
with you, Ophelia.
Okay.
Also, before we talk to them, we should point it out, right? Red handkerchiefs, drow. They speak Undercommon.
Oh. I see.
Oh,
The red handkerchief. Yeah, I forgot.
Oh.
Yeah. Good point.
Oh. Perhaps we don't go to them. Good point. Oh my god.
Yeah, you make a good point, August.
God damn, you are so good at putting shit together, bro. My God. This is your combat right there. That is your sharpshooter right there.
Well, should we at least tell them so we give off the impression we don't know?
That's true. That is
Keep
true.
your
We
enemies
can-
close, or keep your friends close, enemies closer, right?
Uh-huh.
You know, if we don't go to them, it might be suspicious.
Sure. Well, let's start with the Iron Fangs because we know them and they're friendly. So
Yeah, no problem. You guys can go up to the Iron Fangs. They're still getting, just getting ready and stuff. And they're the leader, Nash. He'll say, "Well, look who didn't get scrapped. You made it to race day after all."
Don't speak
Yes,
too
sir.
soon.
yeah, we at least finished. So
The spotter, the littlest, youngest brother, he's like, "Either you got guts or you're too dumb to quit. Either way, good to see you."
good to see you too. Thank you. We wanted to ask you. I'm sure you know about the situation with Raggadragga, and if you don't, he's coming for us. We're coming for him.
Yeah, Snapjaw will say, word around the Rust lot is that Raggadragga might just throw the race for himself just to personally kill you bunch. Word is he's staked his own war machine on it. You rattle his cage that bad?
Yeah, unfortunately. But we're trying to make some allies in this, and we, I think, have something over Raggadragga because he's not going to want to kill us and then just let everybody idle by. And we are willing to, if you don't have to help us, if you just keep racing and you don't interfere with us, we'll even pull back for you. We'll let you win if it comes down to it and Raggadragga's out of the race. You can be sure that we are not gonna.
When you're like, we'll pull back, all of them kind of like, they're like, you think you're gonna get that close? But like they're good fucking racers. But I think they'll say we can maybe clip a few wheels of his mid race. No promises. We're in it to win it. We're not too fond of tusky bastards who think they own the track. But word is he might be willing to lose.
He might lose this time, but if we don't take him out now, the next race he's going to be back.
I'm just saying, if you're trying to make allies with everybody, maybe what you got over him isn't necessarily.
I don't think you understand what I'm saying. If he kills us, what is that? He's just going to lose anyway?
No, he'll try to win. You're right.
Right. If he kills us, he wins.
Right. But if you guys
We
are in the
kill him.
dead last, and he's going to stay in dead last to kill you.
Oh, yeah. Yeah.
Which
for
gives everyone else an opportunity. That's all he's saying. He's saying,
Yeah.
just
Yeah.
we're cool, and I got
Yeah.
you, but
Yeah.
like maybe not so much everybody else.
Okay. All right, good to know. Good to know. You don't have to interfere like crazy. If you don't want to go after him, I don't want you to endanger yourself. We've got our own personal thing going. So, but we appreciate that.
Nash, the leader, he'll say, "My advice, just keep moving. He can't crush what he can't catch. We'll keep an eye out for you just in case things get too hairy, but we're not going to guarantee anything."
Yeah, I think we learned that from the last race. We'll just keep moving, keep trying to stay alive.
Hey, I'm just to let you know, I'm part of the boarding party. So if I do manage to get on the Fang, I'm not there to do anything. You know, I might just be trying to catch a ride for a second. So let's not try to kill each other if that happens.
They are all in agreement and understanding.
Sick.
Yeah, they're shooting for a win. Like they'll explain, like, we might can win this. Scathe Sisters are their main competition right now.
Cool.
What do you know about them?
They're sisters. To like the oldest, she's the face, and then they got this one. She's sort of the oracle type. See into the future or something. Those are the two older ones, and then there's the twins. And the twins, they're real strange. They don't talk too much, and one of them, the driver, she's always counting, just nonstop. It's a weird tick. And their gunner, well, they don't have any guns, but they have a sharpshooter. She's the other twin, and she doesn't speak at all. She only writes stuff on a parchment, red ink. Weird sisters, but they're incredible. They're incredible racers, but they never focus on other. They only ever drive to win. They don't fuck around with anybody else. They will, and they will definitely shoot other people, and they will fuck you up, but only really if you're in their way. If they're in the lead, they're not worried about you.
Well, that's good to know, because we just stay out of their way, and hopefully they stay out of ours.
They basically always win second to Raggadragga. Every time.
That actually might be as fuming as Gunner is about the whole Magpies situation. That might be worth talking to them, because if they're wanting first place, we can knock Raggadragga down pig. Hopefully.
All right.
Oh, God.
No.
About the sisters, I got the impression that if they are the ones that attacked the nest,
That's
away from the Iron Fangs? You can do it
she
away
would
from
say-
the Iron
She would
Fangs.
say this in a way that is not out in public.
Okay, sure,
Like,
sure.
She will make allegories and but this is not Ophelia speaking. This is Eric speaking.
Gotcha.
If they are the ones that did that to the nest, it sounds more like they're in league with Raggadragga. So, are they going to, because Raggadragga is part of this whole sabotage business, which we are asking around. He is part of all of that. And if they told us to shut up, they might be working for the same person. We can try, but I'm not expecting exactly enthusiastic support against Raggadragga at this moment.
Well, we don't need support against Raggadragga. We just need no support against us.
Yeah.
Like,
As long as they
Active
as long as they-
sabotage against us.
Yeah. Okay.
As long as they stay out of our way, we're.
Is it even worth talking to them? It seems like their main goal is to get to the end first. Like they're going to run their race if we don't fuck with them.
It almost sounds 50-50 at this point, because they may come after us if we do question them. If they are like, hey, don't go after us, they might put a target on our back.
I think if we just shut up and don't say anything at all, they're going to run their race. We're not going to challenge them, and we won't have an issue.
That might be the way to go.
I kind of got the same impression from those dwarven fellows in the metal crate on wheels. They also seem like the type of people that, if you don't fuck with them, they're very defensive and they'll run their race.
Have I seen them race? I mean, I'm assuming I've seen them race
The Colborn Sons, the Gorgon.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, you've seen them race before.
Do they normally just like?
They're pretty defensive. They will target other people if they're nearby, but yeah, they're normally just like racing their race. Yeah.
Okay. Good to know.
I think the biggest question marks are perhaps the Bloodhounds and Steel Division.
Hey, maybe we should pay them a visit.
You look over at the Bloodhounds and they're doing some kind of satanic ritual. It's kind of, you don't want to really fuck with them too much.
I believe rumor is they're ritualistic cannibals, right?
Yeah. What would we have that a cannibal would want?
All right, so maybe we just don't talk to anybody.
Yeah, we'll just let the rumor spread.
Yeah.
Okay.
Okay.
All right.
I just wanted to clarify one turn of phrase that the Iron Fangs used when he said that one of the twins had a tick. He meant habit, right?
Yeah, you think so? Do you ask him?
Yeah.
Yeah, she carries a pocket watch all the time.
Okay.
Oh.
Mm-hmm.
A literal tick.
Yeah, but no, it isn't tick. She is always counting. She's like 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7.
So it's both.
Yeah. She's always counting. Always.
Oh, for some, I thought like I was thinking of tick in that sense, but when you said that, I was thinking like what, like she's got like the bug, like she's got a tick like a.
No, like yeah.
And that too. It's a triple entendre.
Yeah.
Well, that's certainly illuminating before the race. So.
Mm-hmm.
I don't think we could deal with that right now, though.
No. Let's just hope they stay in their lane.
Yeah. Do we want to go over our game plan as Team Flaming Fist?
Mm-hmm.
Ophelia, Tannis, if you go down, potions in hip pockets somewhere, I imagine?
Not for me. All I have is my lay on hands.
What?
Got no potions.
All right, take this potion of the grave then. I do have a healing potion as well.
Are you sure, London? I mean, you were targeted pretty heavily last time.
Well, we each get one, and if I go down, then I'll hold it over you for the rest of my life.
Well, now there's other factors at play. So, like, I don't think London's done quite as much to earn Raggadragga's attention, say Ophelia and Tannis have. And Gunner, of course.
Say that to me after a few sharpshooters there, August.
You haven't talked as much smack.
It's perhaps not the strongest part of my game, I will admit. You take the 1d6, Ophelia. I have a potion of healing. All of us are equally as likely to go down. It only makes sense that we all have one.
Thank you, London. I appreciate it.
And this time, game plan, less scattered, more focused fire, all on Raggadragga all the time, I imagine, eh?
So, I imagine he's going to be driving for the first half, and then catch up to us, use his toys on his war machine to soften us up, then come out and do things with his hands.
I feel like we should.
It's okay.
I was just gonna say, I feel like we should hit fast, hit hard, draw first blood, go after him. Don't give him the opportune moment to come after us.
Are you two going to hop on his machine?
You think if me and Ophelia are back there, that he's not gonna come back and try to sort us out?
And you're dealing with him and 9 other guys.
Unless
It
we
also-
can take out the crew pretty quickly, we'll be overwhelmed if we go in his rig.
They look tough.
Yeah.
I'm mostly thinking that if you're there, you can perhaps run interference on all the gadgets on the machines. That's what really fucked us up last time.
They got gadgets.
That brings it to me. What do you want me to stay away from his rig as much as possible? Do you want me to try to get you close? What would work for you?
Get us close early, and if things go south quick, I can get me and Ophelia back pretty quickly, pretty easily. No matter where you are, as long as you're within a few hundred feet of us.
I want to just make it real clear.
Okay.
I just want to make it real clear. This is 12 rounds.
Yeah.
Okay, so this is not it's a what kind of race versus the other kind of race, right? It's not a sprint, it's a whatever, marathon. Right? Just saying.
Yeah, maybe we should stay away. I mean, our hit points barely lasted in the scrap league. If I get you guys close, I'm afraid he's just gonna chew us out, and we're gonna get hit really hard.
Yeah, I think our strategy is to keep our war machines as far apart as possible.
And if we get close, that's
Yeah.
when.
Even if we're trying to be evasive and get away from them, they're going to catch up to us. I don't
Yeah.
think we need to go out of our way to bridge the gap, but they'll do that all on their own.
Like if we can keep our distance and pick off some of the crew, that'd be nice.
Only takes one failed vortex warp, isn't that right, Ben? Dude, the
We might be
portents
trying to stay
here
away
would
from
have been
those.
fucking sick, man. Just one portent, one nat one.
The Scathe Sisters have a diviner.
I have it prepared, like just for an out there situation, but I'm probably not going to use it.
I just think if we can sabotage his machine early, force him to either get out of his comfort zone or do some real damage to the main war machine to where he has to eject from his little motorcycle, but his little 2-wheeled thing that he has.
Yeah.
Man, that stacks the odds in our favor. I feel sad. I tried a few times. I couldn't sabotage the ash rats. I feel a change in the winds. I feel if we just do that once correctly, we can stack the odds in our favor.
Vin, can't your shield help you and make 2 friends become foes?
I didn't see a great opportunity last time, but yes, that's on the table.
Oh, if Vin is walking Ophelia through the process, i.e. enhance ability and flash of genius, pretty good chance she could sabotage something.
I have to get onto his machine first, though. Can't do it from afar, or at least not easily.
And I'd say that
Vortex
for
warp.
something like that, Vin would also have to be in the back of the car. Like
Well, Vin's not going to be in the cockpit, right? 'Cause it's
Yeah, like
all
she can't
filled up.
flash of genius from the cockpit.
from the cockpit, right?
Well, yeah, there's that.
Well,
but
I
also,
mean,
like,
if on your vehicle,
Okay,
I
yeah.
imagine she could, but on another vehicle, I think she would have to be out of the cockpit. Yeah.
That makes
but
sense.
it also makes sense for Vin to be out. She has a really high AC, and
Yeah, 90
yeah,
foot
like Lulu
range.
can sit in the cockpit or whatever. We agreed on that, and
Doesn't your shield, though, like, can it make them start to fight each other? They got fucking
Yes.
9 dudes on the back of this truck, and 2 of them are fucking with each other. That could be huge.
she can only do it once, you know, per what is it? Once per long rest, so it would have to be like the most opportune situation for it. But yeah, that is an option.
We're gonna
mean-
be outnumbered.
An inopportune situation is still better than not using it at all. So
Yeah.
Can't take the timeouts with you into the locker room after.
Yeah, it is like an extra resource, so to speak. So it's not like gonna tap into my pool of spell slots or whatever else stuff. So yeah.
But like if you can get that in the beginning, that might be big.
That'd be huge.
Yeah, and I'm thinking what enhance ability to use. Like there's the strength to help get the harpoon off of our vehicle. could give it to Ophelia or Tanis or someone that could help.
And if I can get a chance to go over there and start ripping things off of their war machine.
Yeah.
So
Full
you got
strength.
a +7 athletics,
8.
+8
8.
with Flash of Genius. That's +11 or +13. And if you have advantage from enhance ability, I mean,
Yeah, the
the
static
sabotage
is
DC can't be higher
15.
than 20.
Yeah, static sabotage DC is 15. So
Yeah,
Rip and
so
tear, man.
rip and tear.
all right. Do we have a sort of basic idea of our plan?
Got a game plan, yeah.
So,
All right, I want to do one more thing before we end for tonight. And I guess we'll just start with the Doomrun, right? So as you guys are going over tactics, checking over Yama, all that stuff, you will see approaching your war machine is a humanoid man with a 10-gallon hat and a snake bottom half, the Blister Man, being escorted by like 4 to 6 Zvarts, sort of surrounding him, approaches you guys. He's been looking over all the racers, and he sort of approaches you guys. Now there's a familiar bunch. You lot do get around. What was it, the exchange a few days back, wasn't it?
yeah, that's right.
I also heard you folks raced my blisterbacks the other day, too. Scrap League run. My boys didn't place too bad, considering. A mighty fine rig you got there. A bit of a patchwork gal, definitely not one of mine, but she's got teeth. And he'll sort of hit it with the fist. You know?
Thanks, sir. It took me a while to build, but we got it up and running.
It's a funny thing. One of my boys said you came around the exchange asking some real pointed questions. Sabotage, I think I heard.
That's right.
I've heard a thing or two about it myself. Of course, folks talk. Some say it's this or that, but me, I say the waste's got a funny way of weeding out the weak. But if someone is out there twisting bolts the wrong way, well, I reckon they'll slip up soon enough. And when they do, oh boy, it's gonna be a mess.
Let's just hope doesn't happen to old Yama here again.
Y'all boys heard any more about this sabotage? Gets
No,
real
sir.
quiet.
Trail went cold, last I remember.
Well, it ain't none of my business neither. And nothing to discuss before your big race anyway. It's just funny how you came to my exchange fresh as an imp's ledger and now you're gearing up for the Doomrun. That's quite the accomplishment. You should be proud of yourselves for making it this far.
You do what you have to.
That is the way that I see it. Anyways, I got some chits riding on a few specific outcomes, so it's nothing personal if I root for your opponents.
I don't blame you.
Yeah, I probably would as well. So
Seems everyone else is.
You will, good.
You seem like a man who likes his money. Seems like betting on us would be the best way to make some of them chits.
I tend to bet in the middle. A lot of folks look to me for what I place or what I bet on. That's what I'll say. Changes the odds a little bit. I always get first pick. Anyways, best of luck to you all. And then he'll like take a big rip of his cigar and genuinely, I hope your rig holds.
Thank you. We appreciate that. It means a lot, actually.
Can I try an insight check to
Yes.
see if there was some underlying message there?
Yes.
I want to see how genuine that cigar rip actually
Nope,
was.
I have no idea.
It seems pretty. Go ahead.
Is it possible for me to, after he leaves, look over the war machine to make sure that it has
You've already
not
checked
been-
it twice, 3 times. You're good.
Okay. just
Yeah,
making
you're
sure.
good. You're
Just
good.
making sure.
But I will say, Tanis, even though you didn't roll like above a 10, he seemed like curious about why you guys were asking questions earlier. So it wasn't necessarily accusatory. You didn't pick up any accusatory though. You know, it could have been, but you didn't pick that up.
Well, and we weren't necessarily at the time like blaming him.
Right.
So it's not like we have anything to hide
Right.
necessarily. So
But as he's, slithering away, he'll stop and turn. If you do survive, stop by the exchange sometime. I got a fresh haul of claw mounts in. It might be your style.
we'll do.
Adios. And he, slithers away. Yep, he's gone.
That was an interesting interaction.
Annis, what did you pick up on him? I mean, was he trying to suss us out, or it sounded like he was genuine?
I don't know. It's hard to read. I've always hated dealing with business people. No offense, Vin. Just tend to look out for number one. Sorry, but anyways, I almost wonder if he's just a pawn, much as Bruno was, if he was getting his orders from someone higher or someone was paying him without him knowing why.
As a former businesswoman myself, it is hard to say. I mean, he could have just been curious about, no one likes bad rumors spreading around that place of business. Or, of course, it could be that there is something that he has to hide.
The new kids on the block making quite a splash, asking all these questions. I'm sure it's disruptive to everyone.
And racing in the Doomrun, you are making quite the name for yourselves.
So I love Vin catching strays for no reason for being a business.
For real.
Anti-capitalist Tannis. I didn't see that coming.
Poverty is a man-made construct. No, it's just, it's not, not wrong. Would you
Good
screw over a
observation.
person for business? No, okay, Vin probably wouldn't. Anyways, don't need to get into that.
In pre-shield or post-shield?
Yeah, exactly.
Ask me again in 10
Two
episodes.
different things. All right. Is there anything else you guys would like to discuss or do before the Doom Run?
I think I'm just gonna throw a warding bond on myself
Okay.
to hopefully drive us out of here because we need it.
You mean the enhanceability?
No.
What is warding
Uh,
bond?
Warding bond, it allows +1 to AC and saving throws.
For who, though? For someone else?
It can be.
No, that's
willing
like
toucher,
that's the split damage spell.
Wait,
I think it could be myself, right? A willing creature. I touch.
Warning. A willing creature. You touch another creature
Yeah.
that is willing.
Is that what it says?
Hold on, wait a minute.
You create a mystic connection between you and the target until the spell ends.
Yeah.
I'm reading-
You
The
give the other
wording
person
is if he-
resistance to all
Sure,
damage.
that's fine. I'll just give it to somebody else, whoever wants it.
I was reading the new one, I
Vin.
think.
I'll give it to Vin.
Bro,
Okay.
Vin has a 20 fucking 5 AC. Give it to me.
21. All right, 21.
What's your AC, London?
Well, whoever you want to give it to, it doesn't really matter to me. Happy to be a team player. But,
No, that's okay. That's okay. I saw you go down quite a bit
16.
last time. So, oh yeah, I'll give it to you.
I might have the. What's Tannis's?
I'll give you a little helmet.
Don't worry about me, but just remember that the warding bond, you give them that +1, but you take half of whatever damage they take. So yeah, you probably don't want to give it to me.
Yeah, not Tannis, definitely not, or Ophelia.
No. I'll give it to London. That's fine.
Okay.
I'm putting that in my notes. It's binding. You can't take it back.
Okay, sounds good.
Good. Any other prep spells?
Yes, Vin will do that enhance ability. The bowls, Red Bull strength
on Ophelia.
Ophelia, yeah.
Okay, when I'll go ahead and mark. Are some of these concentration?
Yeah, this is concentration.
All right, I'm gonna go ahead and just move over to the thing. I'm not gonna move you guys, but I'll go over there and mark your concentrating, Vin, so
And
that we can remember.
Do you, are you okay if I cast 2 at the same time? In between?
You can do whatever you want. Yeah, you have like 2 hours or something. Like you can
sounds
cast it right as you're going up to the race. I don't care.
I'll do that.
Okay.
On myself.
Uh-huh. Okay, so that's concentration, and that is also concentration. Okay.
I'm throwing everything into this thing because I don't want to.
You probably should.
Yeah. Speak now, or
Yeah, for real.
All right, we'll go over more like Doomrun-y stuff when we're there. Is there anything else you guys want to do before the Doomrun starts?
I mean, right before the Doomrun starts, I'm going to cast Armor of Agathis on myself.
Okay, is that concentration?
It is not.
Okay. All right, you got that as well? Anybody else? Just note it, write it down, write your stuff down so that you remember.
I'm gonna prep Zephyr Strike.
Okay.
Just so it's ready to go. Just so it's hot, ready to go.
We knew that was happening. Anybody else?
I don't think so.
Okay. All right. Notate all the shit you just did. So I don't have to go over it again. And you all will hear the horn sound and just from the crowd surrounding the inside as over the course of like 2 hours, something like that. You guys were waiting and the crowd just kept filling and filling and filling. Actually, I want to end on you guys actually pulling up because there's this really cool thing that I want to describe. So a deafening chorus of cheers and howls greet you as your war machine rumbles through the arch and onto the blackened stone of the track. The caldera stretches wide and jagged ahead, its steep walls enclosing the arena in a jagged bowl-like theater of ash and wreckage. The roar of the crowd echoes off the stone, amplified into a chaotic mass of noise. I didn't actually finish that sentence. The central watchtower rises like a rusted spire, red caps pacing its scaffolding, keeping a close eye on the racers below. The cool thing is, above you and above the other racers, there is a fist-sized, and a little bigger than the fist size, crystal orb that darts through the air magically, surrounding you guys, weaving between the war machines and leaving a faint yellow trail of energy. Within the glass glimmers a single glowing yellow eye, unblinking. And high above the arena, in the air, is a massive smoky illusion that blooms in the open sky, reddish purple and flickering like firelight, that mirrors everything the eye sees in real time. It's a fucking Jumbotron. There is a massive Jumbotron of the race above you in magic shimmering energy. Near the rim, the grandstands are overflowing. Scrap metal bleachers packed with rowdy scavers, gamblers, and hellish spectators, their cheers rising like a storm. And above them, still in the caldera, separated by thick beams and a line of armored redcaps, stands the High Rollers box, a shaded steel balcony where Mad Maggie herself lounges beside other elites. You could spot the Collectorate and the unmistakable silhouette of the Blister Man, along with several other of the people that you actually saw walking through the races earlier. The starting line looms ahead, just a strip of scorched stone and twisted banners, but it feels like the edge of a battlefield. And that is where we will end the session for tonight.
Hell yeah.
Thank you so much for watching. We will see you all on the next dive into the descent. Stay sharp. Farewell, adventurers.
Shoot sharp, adventurers.
Farewell, adventurers.